Okay, welcome. So today I'm going to be just offering a reflection about a practice for reducing anxiety. So enjoy. So over the years, I've noticed with a lot of my clients and people I speak to who've been through trauma, is one of the key symptoms of trauma is anxiety. And Peter Levine, in his book here, Healing Trauma, he talks about this being one of the symptoms of trauma. He says anxiety, panic attacks and phobias are some of the symptoms of trauma. So I bought this book probably about 5 months ago when it came out, and I like to learn from lots of different sources. I know some people don't necessarily like Paul McKenna. I really like his work personally. I've found it to be really beneficial over the years. And interestingly, in this book, the first 3 techniques he teaches are all techniques that I use with my clients. The first one is using the Heart Math Institute. The second one is tapping, which, as you know, if you looked at my videos, I use tapping a lot. And then the third one is a practice called havening, where it's just stroking the body and getting into the body. And so what I wanted to do today is I wanted to offer the first practice, which is the Heart Math Institute's. It's the quick coherence technique. And while he talks about the freeze frame technique in that book, there's several different techniques. And I found it to be really powerful. I find it so powerful that I use it every single session I use with a client. The first couple of minutes of a session, to arrive to ground, I use the quick coherence technique. So let's just begin. So you place the hand over your heart. Now I add another hand on the belly, and the reason I do that is often it creates a greater sense of safety by putting your hand on your belly, especially if we've been through trauma. And then the idea of this technique, I have adapted it slightly. I like us to breathe in for 3, out for 3, then out in for 4, out for 4, in for 5, out for 5. The reason I do that slows the brain down, slows the mind down. Then the first stage is you press on the chest, you just bring your awareness into your body. I sometimes like people to press on the belly as well. And then second thing is just to imagine a mouth, center of the chest, and you imagine you're breathing into your heart space. Yes, it could be your actual heart. Some people talk about this as the chakras, or the Joe Dispenza talks about it as the wheels, so the energy centers. So imagine breathing into your heart space, in for 5, out for 5, and then the final stage is appreciation. What am I appreciative of? What am I grateful for in my life? So that might be general things like the sun came up today, or there's clean water to drink in my house. Don't have to walk a mile to get clean water. Got a roof over my head. I do work I love, or whatever your gratitude is, you fill your heart up as you keep breathing in for 5, out for 5. That's the technique. Let's just run through this. So I invite you to close your eyes. Take a centering breath, in and then out, and then breathe in for 3, out for 3. In and out through the nose at all times. And then breathe in for 4, out for 4. And start to relax the body, the jaw, shoulders. And then breathe in for 5, out for 5. And the scalp relax, jaw relax. And then just pressing your hand now over your heart, the chest area, right side, left side. below, above. How does this feel? You breathe in for 5, out for 5. And we do it for about a minute, each stage. And then second stage now. I want you to imagine the mouth, center of the chest. You're dropping your consciousness from your head down into your heart. Breathing in and breathing out. And then the third stage, connecting to some appreciation. What can I be grateful for? Maybe it is I have 206, 208 bones in my body. They're all healthy. I've got 400 odd muscles. They're all healthy. Maybe one's sore, but all the others are okay. Appreciation, what you do have. I can think, I can hear, I can smell, I can walk. That appreciation, let that grow like a cup in the center of the chest, overflowing, flowing down to the rest of your body, and then all the way up to your crown and start to overflow. Then take a final breath in, and breathing out, letting your hands drop down, and just check in now. How do I feel? And then opening your eyes. Okay, so that is the quick coherence technique, slightly modified. And the invitation, do this as much as you can. Paul McKenna talks about in his book, a high-powered lawyer, she did this coming out of law court rather than binge eating. She found that really helpful. So it might be you're stressed. You do this technique in between work or from coming back from work, coming to home. It's like doing these techniques to just ground you, become more heart-centered. And especially if we've been through trauma, we can often disappear into our head. So this draws us down into our body. So, great. Enjoy.